Good morning and welcome to another Verdansk update. Season 4 is getting even more cracked. As you can see behind me, we have a new weapon, 200 player battle royale, multiplayer is getting a new map, there's gunfight tournament rewards, there's going to be a Juggernaut Royale, we have a spotter scope, new supply contract, Gulag weapon update. Let's go and see what this all means for us. So there's a 200 player Warzone update. Verdansk will now be able to hold up to 200 players. Every single Verdansk match is going to be 200 players. That means for solos, for duos, 100 teams. For solos, 200 teams. For quads, you're going to be having 50 teams. I'm pretty damn excited to see if that changes anything, if that is unnecessary, if it increases the lag and the desync, which has to be considered. There's also a new contract. It's called the Supply Run Contract. Upon activation, you and your squad, if applicable, will be directed to a nearby buy station. Reach it within the time limit to get a discount on buy station purchases. This is very interesting considering that you get the Supply Run Contract, you probably get money for finishing the contract, and then you run to the buy. But obviously, on the way to the buy, you might get murdered. Seems like an easier way to get your teammates back. Like land, supply run contract, buy station, rest them. Next interesting part is the spotter scope. Think of it as a high-powered scope without the glint. This reusable scope allows you to scan the environment around you and mark enemies without being detected. Perfect for scouting ahead. The spotter scope is a great tool for operators who want to plan their next move while keeping low profile. So you can pretty much go and not glint, which is very interesting because usually you have one of your sniper guys snipe around a little bit to see what's happening. Most of the time, we really don't care about actually spotting. We just run. Then again, on the other hand, you can just spotter scope on top of a building. You can just mark people easily. No one will be seen. I do think it's going to have a nice spot in there. It adds a tactical component where a lot of people are often saying, the game is not tactical enough. On top of that, very good news, guys. Please note that the Season 4 Reloaded update will have a download size of approximately 22 to 36 gigabyte. Hi, where's my new SSD? So, Warzone is getting new Gulag weapons, guys. We're getting semi-auto rifles. That's interesting. So we're going to see like an FAL or something in there. There's snipers, finally snipers. And people have been asking with just fists and throwing knives. So finally, everything is coming into the Gulag we've been hoping for. The semi-auto rifles, the snipers, like some no-scope K9 whippersnappers. Going to be interesting who's more dominant there. Control players or PC players. What do you think? And then on top of that, fists and throwing knives might be very desyncy. But hey, throwing knife Gulag and then the other one yelling in his hot mic. Let's get it going. Under the Warzone fixes, there's also a very interesting new change. Gas mask now cracks when you're taking damage near or in the circle. Huh. Gonna be interesting to see how that works out. Also, on top of that, team wipe message now appears in the kill feed for your whole squad to see. Was it a team wipe? Was it a team wipe? Jimmy, was it a team wipe? Finally, that falls away and you actually know if it was a team wipe or not. Very important, fix for the circle being too close over areas that players cannot access, such as the middle of stadium. Thank you. because that kind of sucks if someone is just on top there and you have no chance of getting actually on top. Not to compare with the dam, where it's a tactical decision to be on top or on the bottom, and then you die. Or not. We're also getting weapon balance changes, and that is what we're most excited about. The M4 will perform an AR magazine reload when attempting to reload the underbarrel launcher while you have the 50 round mag attachment equipped. This has been fixed. Stopping power rounds now apply to headshots too. That means that certain guns like the FL and Odin can do one-shot headshots. Then the start ammo was adjusted for the M4 Soaker mag. The CR AMAX M67 mag has more max ammo and start ammo. We have the 10 round mag, the 45 hollow point, the SCAR default mag, and the Odin default mag gets increased too. That means the SCAR and the Odin now hold 25 rounds default. That makes the Odin insane, because the Odin with 20 rounds was great. With the 25 round mag standard, the gun just gets buffed tremendously, and I love the Odin. Check out our recent Odin videos where we have been cracking with it. The X50 has also an increased damage range, which will be interesting to see how much that changes in the snipe. And the HDR is a guaranteed one hit to lower torso at any range. HDR becoming too strong maybe, as it's already the newbie booby rifle where you just point click shoot. Kar 98 has increased ADS speed even more, fastest rifle in the world. Small decrease to hip spread and increased damage range. The carbine will now move faster, which is good, and increased damage range. And the Juggernaut has an ADS speed increase and a 2-hit kill min. Gun recoil returns to the center more. This is the most important thing about the Juggernaut, because it was kind of like, poof, and then the gun is somewhere like, if not in the center, somewhere like around the world. The FAA added a close range damage shell with one-hit headshot potential. FAL, AK-47 has increased ADS speed. The main complaint about the ADS speed of the AK-47 is it was used to be a base of 300 ms, while other guns have a base of 240 ms. So I want to see, like, you know, where that ends up now. The CR56 AMAX has a decreased damage range, so it's meant to be a close quarter combat rifle and not a VLK long range rifle. The MP5 finally getting the nerfed. It's a decreased damage range, perfect. Decreased 10mm damage range, reduced long range damage to 10mm ammo, and slight recoil increase to 10mm ammo. That means you should take the 45 rounds, but generally the decreased damage range means it's really only usable inside of buildings, and you're not suddenly going to get a 30-meter spray with your MP5 and actually crack people. So I like this change that makes still the MP5 the strongest in-room rifle SMG, but it takes away this possibility where you could actually like just shoot people on any range and still get like a stable good spray out of it. Then the most important range of them all, the GRAU 556. Damage range reduction, slight increase to high frequency recoil when you're going, and then a reduced recoil compensation and decreased range on Tempest, Archangel, and the Nexus barrels. Perfect. If you're interested in a shotgun player, you have now increased project velocity on the shotgun slugs, a reduced ADS spread, added dynamic hip spread, and increased damage ranges, increased lower torso damage too. Also, the no stock attachment increased weapon recoil and decreased ADS aiming steadiness. Okay. These look like some really interesting and good changes so far. All in all, Season 4 Reloaded seems to be cracking and just shows that they care, that they do things, that they add things, that they make the game more exciting, or at least keep it fresh. There's also going to be the Juggernaut Royale, where one Juggernaut supply box drops in Verdansk. You can pick up the Juggernaut supply box, beat the Juggernaut, and when you die and get sent to the Gulag, when the Juggernaut is in the Gulag, another supply box drops on the map, and the next team, or the same team again, can claim to be the Juggernaut. Seems like the Thanos mode from Fortnite a little bit. Pretty excited to play that. This is all pretty good. GRAU finally nerfed, MP5 finally nerfed, new contract, spotter scope, 200 players. Can't wait to test this in real life. Can't wait to meet you all in the Warzone. I wish you a wonderful, good fun with these updates. Let's get it cracking.